Hi, I'm Michel Bayan, the CEO and co-founder of DirectTech Labs. I'm going to take a couple minutes here and show you how our retention engine DIstro works. But real quick before that, what have we been up to and how is it working so far? Well, we've analyzed the life cycle of over 5.3 million reps in more than 30 countries. And with one customer in the first 45 days, we increased revenue by 21% versus a control group and retention by 10%. So what's DIstro? How does it work? Well, DIstro is an intelligent retention engine. It's a form of AI that keeps reps and customers active longer. It can be deployed in 90 days, and it requires no new tools for your field to adopt because it works within the tools that you and your field already use. So how does it work? Well, DIstro takes a rep like Sally and predicts that she's going to churn sometime in the next 30 days. Well, and what do we do about that? Just knowing she's going to quit isn't enough. We've got to build our own version of like a 360 view about a customer or a rep. These are based on hundreds or thousands of variables that we get from you and your systems to predict things like what has Sally's value been to date? And if we keep her, how much money will she drive to the company in the next 6 or 12 months? And also, how has she been behaving? Is she behaving more like a customer, more like a rep, somewhere in between? We have identified at least 10 different behavioral segments that we have to put Sally into one of them so we can understand what kind of messaging, what does she really want from the business? Now that we've got that picture of Sally, we got to look at her influencers. Who in her upline, or if she's valuable enough, corporate, do we need to be alerting to get into action about Sally? So we've got a whole bunch of algorithms that do influencer scoring to find the right person. And once we found that person, we've got to look at that right channel. So we look at all the different channels that you've got that you can reach out to your people with, whether it's directly to corporate like a VP of sales through an email, your back office, your mobile app, SMS, or a chat bot or something like that, so we can get the right message to the right person through the right channel. Once we get this message out to Derek in that example, now we're taking advantage of combining what our AI knows about Sally that you and Derek don't know, and what Derek knows about Sally that we don't know, combining them together to create a very effective retention activity, or what we call intervention. So, long story short, DIstro identifies who's going to quit with very high accuracy that we prove to you independently, including their future value. Then figures out who the right influencer is and how to get them a message through what channel, then suggests a specific course of action to that influencer. We've got one of 60 different message variants that influencer can get. And finally, DIstro learns from all of this, from what's working and what isn't, getting smaller and smarter and smarter all the time. And of course, it's a learning engine, and we've got the ability to do all sorts of A/B tests. One of the things we're testing right now, for example, is if we send some people a fear of loss message and some of hope of gain, which ones do the action more often? Which ones are more successful? Is it different amongst different levels, amongst different markets? These are some of the things that DIstro is able to test and learn from so it can continue to get smarter. And all of the insights that we gain for you are measured precisely in a dashboard. So you can see exactly who we're saving, what market they're in, how much new revenue that's driving, how all the different behavioral segments are performing. And of course, this funnel from identifying someone that's going to quit to sending the influencer in action. Do they see it? Do they do something about it? What percentage of the time are they successful? So we can work with you indefinitely to continue improving the performance of the system on many, many levels. So thank you very much for listening. Love to show you more about how DIstro works. Feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch soon. Thanks a lot. Take care.